I once met a woman. This woman was perfect when it comes to interior decoration. She has what I call the Midas touch. And I told her, you have a great gift. Like, why don't you turn this thing into something that could make you money? Rather than, just sitting down and all of that. You could turn this into a real thriving business. I mean, it may not be easy at the beginning stages, but this is something that you're really good at. And people like me, I love arranging my home, but that's not my strength. I would pay for this without thinking twice, because I love a home that is well arranged. I love a home that looks like it's been touched by an interior decorator. And then she said to me, oh no, Joy, I don't want to charge people for it. And besides, I'm okay with what I'm doing. Starting a business is too stressful. There's a lot of back and forth. No, I watched my mom do business and then she didn't succeed. It was excuse upon excuse upon excuse. She was trying to sound humble. And what she didn't know was that she was hiding what is a gift that many will pay thousands of dollars for. And she was calling it humility. I'm trying to be humble. It's nothing. I call it self-protection, wearing humility clothes. And so many women are like that. You are shrinking yourself, waiting for somebody somewhere that I don't know if the person exists or not, to give you permission to rise up and be the woman that God has called you to be. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why playing small is one of the most selfish things you can do to yourself. Let me be clear. I love humility. In fact, you need to be humble. Humility is one of the most powerful qualities anybody can have. But I will tell you what humility is not. Humility is not smallness. Humility is not low self-esteem. Humility is not shrinking yourself. Humility is acknowledging yourself, saying, I see myself clearly. I know my strength. I know my weakness. I know my limitations. I know that there is still something to learn. I know that I can learn from both the rich and poor, learn from both the mighty and the small, learn from both the old and the young. I recognize where I am on my journey. I'm not pretending to be anybody else or pretending to be less than I am. Humility is not saying that I have to reduce myself. I have to shrink myself. I have to prove, I don't want to do it because of low self-esteem. And most women are not being taught about this. Most women are not humble. You claim you're humble when you're trying to shrink. And I suffered with this for a long time. It's constantly practicing shrinking yourself so that others can be comfortable. Especially when you're people pleaser like me. Some of you are undercharging so that you don't feel pressured. Some of you are just, let me just stay small. I don't want to do this. No, I'm okay. You're staying quiet so you don't feel challenged. I don't want to go for that promotion. No, I'm okay with this role. If people will start seeing me as if I'm too much, that's not virtue. That's a trauma response that's speaking. Real humility would say things like, I would have given something to be valuable. My responsibility is that I steward it well. So I don't get to the point where I feel like I'm all in all. Without me, there is no other person. That's when you can talk about pride. But humility is not you shrinking yourself and saying you are humble. That's not what it is, dear woman. The truth of the matter is, you think that staying small doesn't affect people. It thinks it just affects you. Let me tell you the impact of you when you try to stay small. That person that needed, the woman I talked to about, there are so many people like me, that probably need a coaching, an interior decor service, and because you are too afraid to market what you have, you stay stuck. And most likely people will go out there and find somebody that is not as good as you are. But nobody's going to know that you're good when you are not being visible, right? And then what happens when you grow up and you have children and your daughter say, Mommy, why didn't you do this? And you just be watching the person that is not as good as you are on doing great things and say, I can do this too. I can do this too. When you have an idea, it's not just enough for you to have an idea. It's not just enough for you to have a talent or a gift. run with it. That's where the power lies. Think of yourself 5 years down the line. You thought about something and you didn't execute on it. You were afraid. You didn't want people to see you as too much. And then because you are protecting your capacity, you're not stepping into your full capacity. You see, there's something someone said. He said the person you should never meet in the future is who you should have become because you were too afraid to take a step. It's not self-protection. It's selfishness. And usually this happens because there are 3 fears that are running through your mind. And I'm going to bring out those fears for you. Fear number one. Fear of being too much. To be honest, as women, consciously or subconsciously, society has made women feel like when a woman is doing too much, she's being excessive, right? People tell her, don't be too excessive. You won't see a man that will marry you, or no man can be able to stay with you. And so subconsciously, we shrink ourselves, right? You don't want to be too much. You don't want to be too loud. You don't want to be too intense. And so you build all these walls subconsciously and just stay in your corner. The truth of the matter is that when you do that, you are not helping yourself. Some of you, God has blessed you with amazing talents and gifts, but you've been shrinking. And you're afraid that people will talk. Whether you do something or you don't do anything, people are going to talk. Just know that. The number 2 fear is fear of failure. And this happens to a lot of people. You are afraid. What if I fail? Won't I look like a fool? What if I know one of Chelsea, one woman that built a multi-million-dollar business from home. Before she eventually hit the business model that clicked for her, she was doing all sorts. Network marketing, just showing up. And then people were yabbing her, people were throwing stone at her like you're not serious. Today you are this, tomorrow you're that, stick to something. But the major thing was that she was showing up. And eventually she got to the point where she was making consistent 600, 700K every single month without fail. But people are afraid because back then she'll start a business, it will fail. It's very shameful. Do you know how many businesses I started and I failed? And I looked like a fool. So that fear of failure at full volume. What if I fail? What if I get this loan and then it all goes into flames? What if I tell everybody I'm starting this and then 10 months down the line or 2 years down the line, I have nothing to show for it? And so most of you are at that edge. You want to jump, but you are too afraid. The truth of the matter is you will never fully know if you don't try. You are standing at the edge. You're watching everybody else live their life. You're watching that person that is doing what you're supposed to live. In fact, the person started before you. But because you are too afraid to jump, and then you're holding yourself back. What I guarantee is that if you don't start, you will not know what is at the other side. And most times, the life you want is at the other side of fear. That life you are envying is at the other side of taking a step of fear. Even if you sink, God will bring you back up. You will bounce back. In fact, the more you even fail, the more closer you are to succeeding. That's the truth. But many people let fear of failure. And I get it. Sometimes it can be embarrassing. But it can only be embarrassing when you take it to be embarrassing. If you don't care what anybody is going to say, you go ahead and you do it. The 3rd fear is what I call the fear of success and what it costs. You see, most women are usually afraid that if they become successful, what's going to happen is things are going to change. Success comes at a cost. That's the truth. Who you are right now and where you want to be are 2 different human beings. I don't mean that you're going to change drastically, but I mean that the identity. But someone will say what you're looking for is also looking for you, but not this current version of who you are, right? So there has to be growth. And so many women are so afraid. You're so afraid to step into your God-given destiny because you are scared you're going to lose people. You're going to lose friends. You would lose, people are not going to recognize you anymore. They're going to tell you that you have changed. They might abandon you. And so you prefer to stay small. You prefer to stay in the status quo. You prefer to stay the same. And here's what I've learned. When you are building something, yes, success comes at a cost. Success will cost you. I won't say to come at a platter of gold. It will cost you. Cost you friends sometimes. Cost you relationship. Cost you money. Cost you misunderstandings with people that love you sometimes. Those are the prices you might need to pay. But at the other end is the life that you are truly meant to live. So I'm going to let you know, how can you step up without losing yourself? Number one is, ask yourself, whose story is this about? I want you to reframe whose story it's really about. I'm not saying that you have to be popular or everywhere being great. No, it's not about you just being great. It's about who gets served. Who are the people's life that are transformed? Make it about the person, the man, the woman who you are sent to help. Her transformation, his transformation should be the point. You are writing, God is writing your story. You are also in it, not anybody. If you stay where you are letting someone else write your story. If you let what people say get to you, you are letting them write your story. That thing that God has given you, somebody needs it. Somebody's life is going to be changed because of it. Step 2, I want you to take one visible action every day. Small, just a little step. Post that video, send that pitch, send that proposal, send that CV, write that professional examination, make that offer, start that online business, start that business, open that website. Each action is a vote for the larger version of yourself. What if I start Joy and I fail? That's fine. You would either pivot, change strategy, but you won't change the goal, or you start all over again. Each time you fail, you learn how not to lose. Each failure moves you closer to your success. Step number 3, I want you to let the discomfort be evidence that you are in the right place. Because growth is not comfortable. It will be very discomfortable at first. So the moment you are feeling that resistance, just like when you have not gone to the gym for the first time, what happens when you finally go to the gym? All your legs, right? It begins, you feel that resistance. And so there's a temptation to want to let me relax. No, you show up again and again and again and again. So the moment you feel that resistance, that should be your sign that you are meant to do it. Growth is not comfortable. That feeling is not a warning sign, especially when you're studying something that you know that God has sent you to do. It's what happens. You see, when you're trying to stretch something, at the initial part, it's not always comfortable. But the more you stretch, the more it expands. The more it expands, the more it expands. That's exactly who you are as well too. So I don't want you to shrink yourself as a woman. There's so much that God has put inside of you. And when you are keeping it, you are not being humble. You are selfish. So here is your permission slip. You don't need any permission from me or from anybody. But I'm giving you permission to be who God has called you to be. You're allowed to charge what you're worth. You're allowed to take up space. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to build more. You are allowed to become more. Not because you have earned it through suffering or self-sacrifice, but because you are built for it. It's in you. You just need that push. The world doesn't need a smaller version of you. It needs the full version. Okay? So I want you to let me know, what am I going to do going forward? The world doesn't need a smaller version. It needs the full you. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. It's time for you to come out and let everyone know what you've got on your inside.